Hey guys, what's up? So this is Molly, K-Covergirl Starify, and it seems to me that some people are talking shit about K-pop. And me as a fellow K-pop fan, I don't think that that's okay, because people are like, oh, K-pop is blowing up in America, but what the fuck are they saying? It doesn't matter what they're saying. Music is music, people. Get with the program. I mean, seriously, you look back at the 90s and you freaking see like Swedish songs and German songs getting played all over the radio because they're a big hit and you don't know what they're saying. But now that Korean is being bigger in America than it ever was, people all of a sudden have a problem with that. And that's honestly really stupid. And it just shows you stupidity. And it just shows you ignorance. Because you're not even really giving it a try. You're just like, oh, I don't know what they're saying. I'm just not going to listen to it. Well, obviously, you see it all over the page, on the front page of YouTube, that obviously people enjoy listening to, and so do I. This is the thing. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck you're saying in the songs, but that's what makes it good. The beat is catchy. The language is great. The people are talented. In Korea, they actually take time to develop talent within the groups. And I've said this in my other video before, when I did the music video review for Black Bees and Alina, and I was talking about Girls' Generation being in New York. I've said this before. It is sad that when you look at America, and they come out with groups such as Big Time Rush, One Direction, things like that, and you know, they're not as good as they can be. And I'm sick of seeing the bubblegum boy pop groups coming out nowadays, like Big Time Rush and groups like that. And I'm not attacking Big Time Rush. I'm just saying it's just sad that when you look at America and you see groups like that being as big as they are. But then you look at people in Korea and they actually take years to develop talent. Like 2NE1, they spent 5 years in training before they even debuted. Big Bang took about 4 years before they debuted. Girls' Generation, they started practicing and getting ready to debut at the youngest age of 10. And they're in like their late teens, early 20s right now. So Korea actually takes time to develop talent. They're just I'm not saying all companies don't do this, but some companies don't just constantly churn out groups without really focusing on their talents and their strong points and getting ready for their debut to make it bigger. So with that being said, it's not okay for people to be like, oh, Korean, ching chong ling long ting tong bullshit. I don't want my kids listening to that. Well, I think it's great that somebody is willing to listen to other music from different languages, because it shows that they're open-minded and they're not afraid to explore. And that's why I love K-pop, because it's just different. And at the moment when I knew I was seriously in love with K-pop was the moment I listened to Wedding Dress from Taeyang. Because I'm getting a little bit choked up right now, but it just goes to show you that you seriously don't have to know the language in order to understand the beauty of other music in other languages, because they have the same feelings that everybody else in the world does. At the end of the day, we're all people, and at the end of the day, that's their own language, and at the end of the day, they're just doing what they do, and it's not their fault that they're getting bigger in America or anywhere else in the world, because there's people in Russia that listen to K-pop, there's people in Poland that listen to K-pop, there's people in Saudi Arabia that listen to K-pop, people in Germany and London. There's people all over the world that are listening to K-pop. And it's not just K-pop, Latin music, African music, and things like that. Just open up your mind and stop judging. Seriously, because it's not okay. It's really not. And it just goes to show your stupidity that you're not willing to open up and listen. So, with that being said, I've been listening to K-pop since as early as 2009, and I love K-pop. The first K-pop group that I've ever listened to was Wonder Girls back in 2009, and then in early 2011 I discovered, in January of 2011 I discovered Big Bang, and then it grew from there. So, yeah, I love K-pop, I'm not ashamed to admit that. And it's sad that when people find out that I love Asian culture and Asian music, they automatically label me as a freak. That's not true. Not everybody that loves Asian culture and Asian music is a freak. Because, yes, there are people that keep quiet and keep to themselves and listen to anime, not listen to anime, but watch anime, read anime, and draw anime and keep to themselves. But that's not who I am, and some other people aren't either. I think it's unfair that all Asian lovers are getting treated like shit just because they love something different, and just because they're not loving the culture that they come from. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the Asian culture, but people at school look at me like I'm a freak. And I'm not. When I was in elementary school, I was the actress. You know? I'm confident. I'm me. And I'm not the most popular girl in my school, but a lot of people do know me. And it's unfair that I'm still the confident me that I am, but I'm getting judged just because I love the Asian culture and just because I love Asian men. And another disclaimer. Just because I'm obsessed with K-pop doesn't mean I'm obsessed with Korean men. I mean, of course, yes, they're beautiful to look at. But, to be honest, my favorite Asian men are Chinese. I do not discriminate, though. I love Korean men, Japanese men, Chinese men, Malaysian, Hmong, Filipino, men from all over Asia. You know, I don't discriminate against any of the men, but Chinese men are my favorites. So just because somebody loves K-pop doesn't mean that they only love Korean men. You know, just stop with the stereotypes, okay? Because it's not fair that just because somebody loves something different doesn't mean that there's something that they're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because somebody would sit in the corner and draw anime doesn't mean that they're different from anybody else. Okay? So seriously, stop judging and stop being so stereotypical, because it's just ignorant, and ignorant people are irrelevant. So anyway, this is Molly, aka CoverGirl Starify, and I'm out. Actually, also, another thing. I love Asian men, I don't care who knows it. But people automatically assume that I will only like Asian men. That's not true. I like white guys too. But anyway, seriously, stop stereotyping and being irrelevant. So, again, this is Molly, aka CoverGirl Starify, and I'm out.